No such thing as too many bottles of perfume. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Your collection can be as big as your imagination, and that's what I'm on a mission to accomplish. So today I want to share the fragrances I picked up in the month of September. It's a little unhinged. I went a little hard. I got some things I'm really excited about and in love with, and some re-ups on some old faves. So let's have a conversation about the fragrances I bought in the month of September. It's a haul, y'all, so let's get into it.
Waste my time jumping all the way in too deep. I hope you're not missing these signs.
Hi, I'm Jeanique, and my perfume buying in the month of September was a little unhinged, but I make no apologies. I'm excited about everything that I picked up, and I want to share those with you. Although most of these were not blind buys, they're things that I tested, had been on my wish list, and I finally got to pick them up because, you know, sales. I still want to share them with you because I'm excited to have been wearing them for the last month. Now, if this kind of video is your thing, you love a perfume video, subscribe, come back, let YouTube know you want to be recommended my content. But if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. Good looking out. So let's get into my perfume haul for September because it was a lot and we need to talk about it.
I can tell what's something I can get what's there for ya. All my love is on the line and it's up.
First two fragrances are not new to my collection. I've had them for a while, travel sizes and minis, worn them a fair bit, and they grew into being full bottle worthy for me over time and over many wears. And the first one is Ariana Grande Ari. See, I was sleeping on this one, literally and figuratively, because this was a bedtime scent for me that I wore a lot. And after wearing this a whole bunch of times, I was like, why don't I have a full bottle of this? What is stopping me? So I smelled Cloud Intense, Arabian, fell in love immediately, picked those up immediately, did not look back. But with this one I needed to be convinced a bit, but when I was convinced, I was really convinced. So this is a very sweet marshmallow fruity fragrance. They say there are other things in here like, you know, florals and musk. I don't get any of that shit. I really just get very pillowy marshmallow with some powderiness from the marshmallow, some raspberry and some very sweet pear. That's all. That's it. It sounds basic. That's how I took it as well, but over wearing it for a while, over time, it just grew on me as this really like comforting, supple, beautiful nighttime, daytime scent that I could get the most out of, and I'm excited to have this one. The next fragrance I picked up was Prada Paradox, not the intense version, the original. I had the original Prada Paradox. I've had 2 minis and a travel size in the last year, and I've worked my way through the 3 of them. And when I looked around, it was all gone. I was like, what do we do now? The answer to the question is buy a full bottle. No, it was kind of the universe speaking to me because at the time Sephora had it on sale for like 30% off in anticipation of the intense version coming out, and I was like, lucky me, that is amazing, I'm excited, yay. Now I have a little bit of beef with people who hate on this fragrance. I sometimes want to fight them because I feel like if you're a girly who loves My Way or Valentino's Voce Viva or any of those fragrances, there's literally no reason to hate on this fragrance because it smells good. It has his standard staying power, 6 to 8 hours. The dry down on this is so fire. It is better than the opening and the mid in my opinion. So the bulk of the wear of this fragrance is phenomenal. And people talk about it as if it's just like an orange blossom, fruity floral, very basic. I mean, it is as basic as any of the other beautiful fruity florals on the market, but like what the operative word here is beautiful. This is a lovely fragrance. If you like all of those, you like the Donna Born Roma, you like Givenchy is Irresistible, it's in good company with those. People just tend to like those more, and I don't understand why, because I think it's just as good. I think it's just a really like lovely, it's just a really beautiful, fresh, bright floral with some fruity, some tangerine I think is in here, some pear is in here. It is just a really beautiful fragrance. So the next 3 fragrances, y'all know I already picked up because I've talked about it in previous videos or in shorts or whatever. So I won't go into too much detail about them. I'll just mention that they were part of the haul for last month. The first one is Giorgio Zilera. I talked about this in my caramel fragrances video that I just posted. And this is a beautiful gourmand caramel fragrance that is absolutely lovely. The next one I picked up, and I mentioned this as well, is that I picked picked up C Intense from Armani. Now they just discontinued this, they just reformulated this fragrance and completely shifted directions with the new version, and this is the one they've discontinued. I went and picked up a bottle because I really love this one. It's a very warm ambery version of C that I think is really sensual and sexy and nighttime and grown, and I wanted to get my hands on a bottle of this before it was off shelves, at least, you know, for now. I'm sure it'll be on like discount websites. I wanted to go into a store and pick it up, and I did exactly that. The next one I picked up was this travel / sample pack. I've been wearing them to bed and testing them out, and this is from Le Monde Gourmand, and it's these 10 fragrances. They're travel / sample size. There's Creme de la Creme line. There are 5 fragrances in that, and Le Original, which is, you know, the originals. And there are fragrances in here that are gourmand. There's some Santal fragrances, some electronic fragrances. I've been testing them out. I will do a dedicated Le Monde Gourmand video. Just, I don't think anybody cares, like no one watched my commodity video, but maybe in the future somebody will want to get some information about these fragrances, and I've been enjoying wearing them to bed, testing them. So far I think my fave is Miel Bebe. Like off first spray, Creme Vanille is my favorite just because of how great that opening is, but the dry down is so fast and it disappears so fast that like I got a little disappointed. But that Miel Bebe, like it had good staying power and a really like gourmand meets floral spicy kind of vibe. I think it's Miel, I think is honey. And from the original right now, the one that is like running the shop is the Pistachio Brulee vibe, and Later Cocoa is maybe pulling out the lactonic fragrance, maybe pulling out in front because it is so lactonic, but I can't get around that it kind of reminds me of breast milk. I don't know if it'll like if it will pass, I don't know, but I'll continue to test it and I'll report back once these are mostly finished. But for the ones that I've mentioned before, you know, those are the ones that I picked up. And now let's get into the newbies that y'all have not heard about yet. Oh, I definitely did a short. I think I did a short. I definitely did a TikTok about this fragrance. So I think it like technically falls into the category I just did. And that is Trussardi's Donna. I picked up this fragrance. It is a like very light everyday vanilla. And it is beautiful. It is fresh. It is bright. And I'm excited because buying this fragrance sort of opened me up to exploring Trussardi more, and I went and picked up another Trussardi fragrance that I'm going to talk a little bit about. But this was my introduction. No regrets. This was a beautiful fragrance. I think it's be perfect for like a summery vanilla, and it's lovely without introducing too many floral elements and distracting elements. It's not too woody, it's not too heavy. It is beautiful. It's perfect if you love like a lighter, cleaner vanilla smell. Let's get into the newbies because it's a fair few of them. Boom. There are a fair few. Let's start off with Lattafa's Casablanca, because I recently did an Arabian perfume haul and I picked up a Body Oil Oud Sublime from Lattafa, that very lovely jammy red apple fragrance with some woodiness. And people had said in that comment section, good looking out, thank y'all, that it was beautiful layered with this fragrance. And this is supposed to be apple with grapes and some caramel. And I thought it was going to be just a very, I mean, there's some contention about this fragrance, about whether it is overhyped or not. And I have run into situations where I've picked up the overhyped fragrance and been like, it's fucking overhyped. It's not a vibe. This fragrance, I would not say it's overhyped. I would say underhyped. I was expecting basic fruit and caramel, and that is not what I got. That's not what I got. It has a lot of like nuance and spices, just like subtle spices, subtle like delicate notes and layers to the fragrance. It's not just your like basic fruit and caramel together. They've incorporated so much more than that. And I think this fragrance is just, even though it's a lighter one, it's very rich in terms of the smell. It's very sweet. It's very beautiful. And I'm so happy I picked this up, because literally this has been in my cart and come in my cart and come out of my cart in my cart for at least 6 months. I know this is gonna sound like a little bit of an exaggeration, but the first time I smelled this fragrance, it took my breath away. I'm a little bit obsessed with it, and I'm a little bit mad it's so small because it's beautiful. and it is Elie Saab's Girl of Now. Now, here's the thing. I love an Elie Saab fragrance, and I feel like we don't talk enough about Elie Saab fragrances. I find that Elie Saab ambery fragrances, they have like this amber in the base. Like you talk about Narciso Rodriguez and musk, and how they give great musky energy. I love Roberto Cavalli vanilla, right? Elie Saab ambery fragrances, the sweeter ones, the less sweet ones, I find to be this sort of sticky, resinous amber that just sits on the skin really heavily. I've talked about Girl of Now Shine and how much I love that as a fun time party tropical fragrance that I'm obsessed with. It's so sweet, it's so yummy. And this is in that line. But instead of going tropical, we're going almond and pistachio, pear. It is so creamy, but also sticky at the same time. The sweetness, there's tonka in here. The pear is really sweet. This, I swear, as a lover of sweet fragrances that are heavy on the body, this right here is done so beautifully. Speaking of fruit, and speaking of amber, this fragrance had been on my radar for a very long time just because of the name, but I hadn't pulled the trigger because I wasn't sure what the performance would be like, what the longevity would be like, and eventually I said, fuck it, just go for it, because you can't keep stalking the Fragrantica page for this one fragrance and not just going for it, right? And it is Banana Republic's Dark Cherry and Amber. Look at the name. It's Dark Cherry and Amber. What more did I need to know? I of course needed to get it right. And I'm telling you, the cherry in here is so much richer and sweeter. It's like the dark cherry they mean is like almost, it's almost turning black, like that really deep red, like that really like Merlot color red, because it's so juicy and so like full of depth and so sweet. That is it. It's so sweet, y'all. The amber in here is not the cap just fell. The amber in here is not what I expected. I expected a really like heavy, jammy kind of base to this fragrance, and it doesn't do that. It's more close to something a little bit like ambergris, like a little bit smoky. It's better than I thought it would be, y'all. It's better than I thought it would be. I need to stop what you're doing and focus. Hear me out. I've talked a lot about some beautiful fragrances that I picked up this month. The Elie Saab almost got me as the favorite of this haul, but it got pushed to the side for a different fragrance that I did not see coming. It's Trusi, La Vie de Milano. Here's the thing. Why is it so good? Listen to me. Listen to me. It's nuts, right? So like hazelnut, other nuts, pistachio, nuts. I can't tell the nuts apart in fragrances. They're just nuttiness, right? There's vanilla. There is some coconut. It smells like caramel maybe, and a little bit of coffee. It smells like ice cream to me. I don't know. It smells like a drink of some kind. The first thought that I had when I tried it, you know that creamer that's like Southern pecan? I don't know if you know it. It's like pecan and creaminess and sweetness and vanilla, and you put in your coffee and it's all together. What? It is, I don't have anything like it. And maybe that's a function of me not owning enough gourmand fragrances to have like a deep comparison. But I have more than most people because I have more fragrances than is like natural, normal, or like acceptable. The level of sweetness in here wants to box you in your face. So if you want subtlety in your sweetness, this is not subtle. This is box your tongue sweet with a whole bunch of creaminess and coffee and sweetness. They say there are florals in here. I don't believe them. I don't. It's coconut. It's vanilla. It smells like caramel, nuts, and coffee. That's a drink I want to drink every day, literally. So yeah, the favorite of the bunch, the winner of the bunch, the one that came through and just put everybody in their place for being nice, but not as good. Trusi, La Vie de Milano. Now I need to just go and just explore all kinds of Trusi fragrances because how dare she be this lovely. So yeah, those are all the fragrances I picked up. I think I got all of them. I think I did. I'll admit it's easy to have winners when you're barely blind buying fragrances, and most of these weren't blind buys for me. They're fragrances I tested before, knew that I wanted, or fragrances that I had before and knew that I loved. But for the blind buys among the bunch, like the Trusi La Vie di Milano, I think that's what it was, I fell in love hard and felt like I made all of these amazing choices this month. 10 new fragrances in the month of September. Will there be a blowout in October? Probably not. I will have self-control. Probably not. There are sales coming in the month of October and November that will probably see me showing the fuck out, and I will come and report back, and I hope you're open to hearing all about it. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Baby, you're the one and only. Baby, you've been on my mind. You know you don't have to be lonely. You can come and take my time.